Product training. In this training video, we'll be doing a quick overview of Vault. Vault is Harvey's collaborative workspace designed for large-scale document review. With Assistant alone, you can review between 1 and 30 documents at a time. However, Vault unlocks the ability to review up to 10,000 documents simultaneously. So, how does Harvey scale from Assistant to Vault, and when should you use each tool? The key difference lies in how the documents are processed. Vault pre-processes the documents you upload. This means Harvey will first analyze the documents and let you know how much time it needs, whether it's 5 minutes or 20 minutes, before you can start asking questions. This pre-processing allows Harvey to gain a deeper understanding of the documents, enabling it to provide more targeted and refined responses. Assistant, on the other hand, processes documents on the fly. Harvey reviews your question and the document simultaneously to provide an analysis in real time. Use Vault when you're tackling a larger scale review project and want more in-depth, pre-processed analysis. Vault's outputs will always be in a tabular format and allow for more granular results. Use Assistant when you need quick insights, or you can select Vault as a knowledge source within Assistant to produce high-level summaries of a dataset. One of the unique features of Vault is its scalability. In Vault, you can ask up to 50 different questions across 10,000 documents, which totals up to 500,000 unique queries. This is a major distinction from Assistant, where a single question is asked across all the documents you provide. This allows for increased accuracy and more targeted results in Vault, as Harvey processes and analyzes each specific query independently, delivering highly detailed and tailored insights. So, what tasks do people use Vault for? Vault is excellent for tasks like maintaining precedent banks, conducting due diligence or doc review, or understanding what's market so you can provide specific, data-driven advice to clients. These are just a few of the many ways you can use Vault effectively. Now that you know when to use Vault versus Assistant, let's dive into Vault. We'll start with the basics, which are how to create a project, the types of queries you can run, and how to run those queries. First, let's navigate to Vault on the navigation pane. Next, you'll need to create a new project. A project is essentially a folder where you can save up to 10,000 files. To create a new project, simply click the top left tile on Vault. Then, name your project and upload your files. Feel free to upload a nested folder with subfolders inside it to keep your documents organized. After you've uploaded your files, click Create Project at the bottom right of the screen, and Harvey will begin to process the documents you've uploaded. Feel free to walk away from your computer or navigate elsewhere while processing occurs. Once the documents are fully processed, Harvey is ready to analyze your dataset. Additionally, you can create folders within a Vault project to improve navigation and organization. To create a folder, click the Create Folder button next to the Search Files text box. Then write a folder name and click on Create. To add files to a folder, select the checkbox next to the file name, then click Move in the bottom center menu. Lastly, choose the destination folder. You can also create subfolders within folders to manage complex matters more effectively. There are two ways to ask Harvey questions about your project. You can ask your own questions by clicking on Create New Query, which is the tile at the top left of the project. Or you can run a preset workflow. We'll walk through creating a new query first. To get started, simply click on Create a New Query. From this point, you have two options: create a review table or create an assistant thread. An assistant thread functions similarly to what we've already covered in previous videos, but allows you to query up to 10,000 documents rather than just 1 to 50. This is ideal for high-level summarization or pulling out broad themes from documents, like describing a plaintiff's theory for a case based on various pleadings. A review table, on the other hand, is designed for more in-depth, targeted data analysis across your documents. It's a powerful tool for identifying patterns, extracting key information, and organizing data in a structured format. We'll dive into review tables first. After you select Create Review Table, choose which documents or folders in your project that you want Harvey to review. When you're ready, select Create Table. You have two options to begin your analysis. You can either use Column Builder to add multiple questions at once, or build the table one question at a time by adding a new column. Let's start with Column Builder. When using Column Builder, you simply type in your question or questions, and Harvey will break them down, label them, and categorize them. For example, I could ask Harvey questions like, who are the parties to this agreement? Or whether there are certain restrictive covenants. Once you've entered your question, select Generate Columns. Harvey will break down your questions into sub-questions, identify the type of question being asked, and label the column header for each question. If needed, you can edit or refine the queries before running them by selecting the pencil icon. Once you're ready, simply click on the Add Columns button. Let's briefly discuss prompting in Vault. As mentioned, you can ask up to 50 questions at once. We recommend narrowing those questions, or rather, each column, to specific data points that Harvey can identify in the source document. You can also ask Harvey to extract verbatim text from the documents you're analyzing. It's important to note that Harvey cannot currently understand interrelation between documents, such as amendments, so you should ask distinct questions over each document. Once you've confirmed that everything looks good with your questions, click Add Columns and Harvey will generate your review table. As you can see, we've given Harvey time to answer each of these questions. To dive deeper into the analysis, you can simply click on a cell. Doing this will allow you to view the source citations tied to the cell and view additional context for Harvey's response. You can, of course, export the results from Vault. Harvey allows you to export the data as an Excel spreadsheet, CSV file, or Word document, which is a feature unique to Vault compared to Assistant. Once exported, you can further narrow down or analyze the documents directly in Excel, making it easy to share, filter, and manipulate the data as needed for your specific purposes. Let's take some time to discuss filtering your Vault results. For this example, we'll look at another analysis I've run on a set of commercial agreements for a diligence project. In this case, I asked Harvey if the agreement contains a change of control provision. One of the great features of Vault is the ability to filter results quickly. For example, I can filter to only see the documents that contain a change of control provision. This functionality makes it easy to focus on specific subsets of documents, allowing you to streamline your review and target the most relevant agreements for further analysis. If you want to remove your filter prior to adding a new column, simply click on the filter button again and click on the X next to your initial filter. If I want to build on the existing analysis, I can manually add a new column to the table and ask a new question of the dataset. Let's ask Harvey to extract the exact indemnification clause from these contracts. If I want a verbatim analysis, I simply request Harvey to pull the indemnification clauses word for word or select the verbatim type when creating a new column. Harvey will then retrieve the precise text from the documents and display it for review. This is particularly useful for pinpointing specific provisions and ensuring accuracy when analyzing critical clauses. Now that we've discussed querying from scratch, let's walk through Vault workflows and how they can streamline your review of a Vault project. I'm now in a precedent merger agreements project that I've created. At the top of the screen, you'll notice that Harvey offers various workflows within Vault. You can think of workflows as preset templates based on select document types. This makes it easy to analyze specific aspects of your documents without starting from scratch. For this merger agreements project, let's select the merger agreement workflow. From here, you can review the questions that will be run within this workflow. But please note that the questions in a workflow can't be changed. However, you can edit the columns after you run the search. The last step is to upload the documents for Harvey to review. Harvey will instantly generate a review table. It's an efficient way to extract insights and compare key details across documents in your project. This is a great way for you to track what's market and leverage past insight to streamline future negotiations. Vault is also useful for litigation purposes when conducting doc review, investigations, or sorting through class action complaints. For example, we've uploaded a set of complaints and asked Harvey what the basis for subject matter jurisdiction is in each complaint. And if there is an argument regarding tolling of the statute of limitations, what is it? Once the analysis is complete, click into the cell to view additional context for the response. Harvey, as always, will clearly highlight the source for its response, allowing you to verify the veracity of the output. This concludes our introductory training for Harvey's Vault feature. Thanks for watching.